Thank, thank you. Thank you so much. Should I start?
Okay, let's get started. So, hello everyone again. It's 3:05. Let's get started. My name is Dmitry Fisenko, but please call me Dima. I'm the president of the Entrepreneurship and Personal Development Club. We have our officers team here, and I'll give them a chance to introduce themselves a little bit in a second. But before that, I just want to take a moment and really appreciate our special guest today, Ithzel Moreno. She is one of the most positive person I've ever known. So she is my friend, my coworker, a mom of a child. So I'm really pleased, and I'm very appreciate you being here, Ithzy. Hello.
I feel so honored to be here. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you for the Entrepreneurship and Personal Development Club for this invitation.
Thank you. So today we're gonna cover such topics as motivation, entrepreneurship, personal development. We're gonna touch it very soon, but before, I want to give a chance for our officers to introduce themselves and for our members actually too. We don't have a lot, so I think we can actually maybe make some connections here, make some friends. So let's go ahead and get started. So who wants to go first? Just have your name. If you're an officer, have your position. If you have a leadership position in other student programs, student clubs, you can name it too and advertise your club for everyone else.
And
So who wants to go ahead and get started?
can we also add if they want to add what they are studying?
Sure, of
Thank
course.
you.
Can I go first?
Yeah.
Okay, so my name is Karina and I'm a treasurer for EPGC. I'm doing business transfer in Bellevue College and I'm transferring next fall to Foster. That's it.
Thank you. So, Marina, do you want to go next? Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, my name is I'm sorry. My name is Marina. I'm the secretary for Entrepreneurship and Personal Development Club. I'm studying AA degree with a concentration on criminal justice, and I'm planning to be transferring to UW Seattle for a law and society program.
Thank you. Nada, go ahead. You're next.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Nada, and I'm the Outreach and Networking Officer at UPDC. So I'm an international student from Italy, and after getting my transfer associate business degree at Bellevue College, I'm planning to probably transfer to an American school in Italy.
Thank you. And Kay, do you want to go next?
Hi, my name is Kay, and I am the campus resource officer of EPDC. And for my major, I'm majoring in business, not sure where, but I will finish up soon and transfer to UW Foster.
Thank you for that. So now let's go ahead, and that's all the officers here for now. The officers' positions are open, by the way. So if you after the event would like to join us, just let us know. So who wants to go first from the members? Who is the bravest one here?
I volunteer Nada. I'm kidding.
Wait, what did?
I said I volunteered you.
Oh,
I'll go first.
Okay, maybe Daniel. Daniel, do you want to go first?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
You want me to give an introduction, or what do you want me to do?
Yeah, just say who you are. Maybe you work on campus. I don't know. You can mention this too. And what are you studying?
Hi everyone. My name is Daniel, and I'm a VC. I'm a student at Bellevue College, and I'm currently working at Welcome Center and International Education Office, and I'm starting digital marketing right now. Just changed that major just this quarter, so pretty fun to study. But anyways, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's about it.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. Maybe I'm so sorry if I pronounced the name wrong, but Aurelia.
Aurelia, yes.
Aurelia. Okay. Would you like to go next,
Yes.
please? Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for the invitation. And yeah, my name is Aurelia, and I am a student at Bellevue College. I'm continuing my education, doing my bachelor degree here in accounting field. And yeah, I'm like, I want to know more about this club, and maybe I try to enjoy the accounting club too. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
That's wonderful. And we have Vanessa. Vanessa, would you like to introduce yourself to us?
I think she just wrote in the chat that her microphone is not working.
Oh, really? Oh my God. Uh, so yeah, Vanessa says that her microphone is not working, but I can say what she tells us. So Vanessa, she's the program coordinator for El Centro Latino Club, and she's very happy to be here. So well, Vanessa, we're happy to have you here too. Thank you for joining us.
I can tell you more about Vanessa. She's also wonderful, wonderful to work with. Thank you so much, Vanessa, to be here. All of you.
Also, we have one more person joining us today. So we have Paula. Paula, hello. We're giving quick introductions. If you would like to unmute your mic and introduce yourself really quick for us.
Hi, everyone. Thanks very much for the invitation. Thanks, Ithzel, for telling me that these opportunities to be today with students. So I'm here for any help you guys need. I'm so glad to be here. I'm a business transfer advisor from Student Affairs. So I work with Ithzel, and then I help students to come to Bellevue College and to leave for university. So I'm available for you. I was a student at Bellevue College, so I know how you feel as a Bellevue College student. Thank you for the invitation. I'm here.
Yeah, thank you for joining us today, Paula.
Thank you.
Okay, and without further ado, I want to give a mic to our special guest, Ithzel Morena. So, hello, Ithzy. Can you please quickly? So, for everyone, just a quick. I just want to introduce what's the event about. So, the event's name is Iced Coffee Hour. So, what we're planning to do, we're planning to have special guests once, like bi-weekly, once in a month, or maybe twice in a month, for them to come and share their experience with us as students, tell us about their experience, tell us about themselves, and give some valuable advice to us as students, what to be ready for and what to expect from the future when we graduate. So today we have Ithzel Moreno. And Ithzel, can you please introduce yourself for us? We would like to know more about you.
Thank you so much, and again, thank you for the invitation. I received some questions from the club, and I did make a presentation because I like visuals. I'm a person that like visuals, and I think that it helps other people as well. So I like to communicate with people as much as I can. And I will talk about me in the following slides, but I just do not want to talk about me. I think that this is about you, about a student. And as Paula, the academic advisor said, we're here to help you. So I would like this to be not me presenting, but a conversation between all of us, if everyone agrees. Yes? Okay. Awesome. Okay, so let's get started. And I hope that all of you are grabbing your coffee, since it says iced coffee, but any drink that you prefer. I have my water here as well. So thank you. And these are the topics that we're gonna see. Like who am I? Why are we here, right? We're gonna talk about entrepreneurship for sure, and how to overcome difficulties. That's something that is going on this year. It's been a difficult year. So let's all share some tips. And how do we keep our glass half full? Do you have a glass half full or half empty? And yes, about applications for universities. This is something that will be for the expert, Dr. Maria Paula McPherson. But we're going to give a quick intro today but she will be our next guest, and she will have this whole iced coffee hour with you. Thank you. So who am I? I don't know if you want to ask those questions, Dima, like the ones that you sent me.
Well, of course. I was wondering if you could introduce yourself a little bit more in details. For example, where are you from? Where do you work? What experience? Share something about yourself. Let's start with that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, I was born in Mexico, in Jalisco, in Guadalajara specifically. Guadalajara is the second biggest city in Mexico. First is Mexico City. So I invite you to all of you to practice. Can you say Guadalajara?
Guadalajara.
Guadalajara.
That's beautiful. Anybody else? Guadalajara. And then we say
Guadalajara. Did I say it right?
Guadalajara.
that's music to my
Guadalajara.
ears. Now say it twice. Guadalajara, Guadalajara. Okay.
Guadalajara.
Yeah, do it.
It's kind of
Okay.
difficult to pronounce it.
You're doing so good. Well, thank you. So I go from there, and what else? So what is that, or what is Jalisco? What is Guadalajara? It's the land of mariachi. It's the land of tequila. So that's where you know that tequila can only be named tequila because it was made in Tequila, Mexico, in Tequila, Jalisco. It cannot be tequila in any other part of the world. So we brought this to the world. And it's a beautiful place with beautiful colonial and modern architecture. Also beautiful beaches. And oh my God, amazing food and amazing customs that we have over there. And now a little bit more about my professional development or what I study. So I studied my Bachelor of Arts with a major in industrial design in Jalisco, in Universidad de Guadalajara, which is also the second biggest in Mexico. I have a master's in educational administration with focus on leadership and politics in higher education. Over there, I work as a teacher, teaching English as a second language to everyone starting 5 years old, something that I enjoy so much. There's where I met my husband, and then we got married. And I was also an assistant director of exchanges and scholarships. So I've always wanted and loved to be involved in academic life and student life and helping students achieving their academic goals and dreams. At some point, I came to high school as a student, and that's what opened my perspective a lot. And that's where I learned English and a lot about cultures, different cultures. And then at some point, I moved to California, Santa Barbara, California, Goleta, California. And I was just trying to find opportunities and working where I could as a waitress. That's where I wanted to polish also my English skills. And that's when I become a U.S. citizen. Then I work as a teacher's assistant in Mesa, Arizona, where I made beautiful friends. And I love the heat. And I then moved to a very cold place, which is Massachusetts, in Boston. And I work as a program coordinator in bringing students from other parts of the world, specifically Mexico and Latin America, to study to the States. Because for me, it was something that really changed my perspective of life, and I wanted other people to have the same. And then I moved to Bellevue, to Washington, and I always wanted to study where I am, something because I think that gives you a little bit more about the life in the place. And I wanted to ask you, I think that we have a lot of variety here in this club right now. Is somebody has somebody studied in a different place? Is this a different place for you? Is this not home? Do you want to share a little bit about that cultural experience with us?
I can share it. I can start if you want to, then so we could have some more people to share it. So yeah, for me, I was not born here. I'm from Russia, so I started in Russian school, and I just moved here last year. So for me, it was also a different experience studying here. As you said, it's changed the perspective on how everything works, and that's what I can stand for. That's like true. That's what I can agree with.
And
So
then,
anybody else wants to share their experience too?
Yeah, I can do it. So I'm from Italy, so I'm not from here either. I was born there, and the first time I came to the US was for high school. So I think 2 years and a half ago. And studying abroad really changed my perspective on everything. And the thing that I'm really thankful about is that now I think I'm less fearful of like a lot of things. So like I have less fears and I actually I don't know. It's like my mind opened so much to like new opportunities. Before I didn't think about new opportunities so much. I didn't think about maybe opening a business, entrepreneurship, reading books. Now like my whole perspective changed on everything. Yeah.
exactly. Awesome. One more volunteer that want to tell us about their cultural exchange.
Yeah, I want to try, like to say, hi from Moldova because I am speaking Moldavian Romanian language. And yeah, I came here 4 years ago with my family, and I value education. I want to be a model for my kids. I have 3 boys, and yeah, I took this field of education to grow my skills in accounting, to have a value in this society and to like to give a value in this yeah country and find my place here. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you so much for sharing. So wonderful. You have 3 kids. Oh my God, three, and all boys.
Oh, and I want to say something to Aurelia. I also speak Romanian a little bit because my mom is Romanian. So
Wow, that's
Wow.
mean we can say bună ziua și cum vă simțiți, da?
bună ziua. Sunt bine.
Mă bucur. Okay, thank you for sharing.
Wow.
We just say hello in Romanian. It's like buenos dias, but in our languages it will be bună ziua. It's the same root, you know.
Thank you for clarifying that. I was like, okay, what are we talking about? And I'm pretty sure that in all these places you find that the U.S. education is completely different. So I'm actually, you're gonna find this kind of silly or unbelievable that I'm an admissions advisor, which is something I didn't tell you. So I'm an admissions advisor in Bellevue College. I work for the Welcome Center. Beautiful, wonderful team. And I advise the students to how to enroll in college. And I'm actually not even a first generation student because I haven't studied university here, something that I wanted to do in California, but I couldn't find the opportunities. So that's why I decided to go back to Mexico and do my bachelor's because I really wanted to study. And that brought me to study whatever I can. If it's a certificate, if it's something small in other places, I like to experience the education because that's, again, part of life. That's part of the US. And where you meet so wonderful people like you. So good. Do you have any questions about this or anything else that you want to add? No? Okay.
Well, I feel like if we don't have any questions, let's move, go
Okay.
ahead to some other topics we want to discuss today. So I'm probably sure lots of people are here because we're entrepreneurship and personal development club. So maybe you have any entrepreneurship experience that you would like to share with us.
Yes. Yes, obviously we wanted to talk about entrepreneurship, right? But before I tell you about my experience in entrepreneurship, let's just talk about what that is. It might be something new for other people. And I really like what the entrepreneurship and personal development club defining here as entrepreneurship. Would you mind reading that for me, Dima, please?
Oh, okay. We believe that entrepreneurship is not what you do, but how you see the world around you, how you can adapt to changes and make your dreams come true.
Thank you. I really like that definition. Make your dreams come true. Entrepreneurship, we always think about business. We always think about making money, right? And that's a goal. That's for sure. We live in a world where you need money to make ends live, but also you need to find passion in what you're doing, right? Um, and how for me, I find very good examples. I think that the first big personality that talk or show us entrepreneurship was Leonardo da Vinci. So I think that he started everything that we have now, even like the wheel, the Vitruvius man, etc. And the second man that I think that is big part of the history of entrepreneurship is Ford, Henry Ford. And I really like what he said about don't find a fault, find a remedy. So I think that that's part of being an entrepreneur. You have to be you have to be looking at what is missing or what could be improved, and then you create something new. What do you think about this? Anybody has a different opinion about entrepreneurship? Anybody wants to share?
Well, I can start if nobody is against that. For me, entrepreneurship, when somebody says that, like for me, entrepreneurship is, well, as we have in our definition, it's a way to make our dreams come true. And for example, for me, my dream is to be in control of my life. And for example, and entrepreneurship is a key to that for me, because it just gives you so many possibilities to not only work on yourself, but actually truly enjoy your life. Like if it's your goal, of course, we have all different goals, and for everyone thinks something else. But entrepreneurship for me, it's like a roadmap to having my dream come true, if we can say it like that.
And we can start small and then we can go big. You can always think big, of course. Entrepreneurship doesn't have to be like, I'm not an entrepreneur if I don't have a big business. I think that you can always start at some point. And I'm going to volunteer, as Kay say, I'm going to volunteer Nada, because I know if you don't want to share about your project, Nada, that's fine. But do you want to share some?
Yeah,
Nada,
yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No. I'll do it. I'll do it. So, yeah, so basically, this period of time, like this summer, I went back to Italy and had a lot of time to think about my goals and everything. And I thought about entrepreneurship as well. And my project is for now, to try to sell Italian leather bags. So that's what I'm doing right now. And maybe later, like try to open my own website. But I'm trying to see like what product is best to sell and everything. And for now, I'm starting to sell the purses on Amazon and on eBay, and I already have like the purses here with me. So yeah, that's the project that I'm starting, and I think that like we see in the phrase that like Henry Ford said and Leonardo da Vinci, I think that like I think that the good thing is to start, because when you start a business, like Ithzel said, even if it's not big, you learn many things, because even by starting this project, I'm already learning so much. I'm already learning like project management and like researching the product and what people like. So that's really important, because even if you invest some money on it and maybe you lose some money, you gain the experience. And then later, maybe you will gain more money. Yes, but that's, yeah. I think everybody should have a goal and learn from that goal and always learn from your mistakes. And it's not bad to make mistakes, but it teaches you a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing, Nada.
No problem.
And so I will tell you a little bit about my experience in entrepreneurship. Let me see. So when I was in university, when I was doing my bachelor's degree, I needed to have some money in my pocket, and I also find out that I really like jewelry. So I start making jewelry, buying the pieces and just putting them together, not really actually like making the whole thing from scratch. So I started that way. And a thing that I learned there is to expand your network. So that's gonna be one thing that I want to share with you. Get to know people, but also get to know who you are working with, who are you selling with, and that you can trust if they're gonna pay or not. But definitely expand your network and get to know people. And what I used to do, it could be from building those pieces, and then I start growing my business. I always had some money in my pocket for it, but in the jewelry business, you always have to be investing, 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 investing. You don't see a lot of revenues, but you're investing all the time. And I also work with polymers or resin, and in different, you can do with plastics a lot of things. And these things are switches, something that you put to turn on the light. I don't know if you can recognize like where the cactus are. These two are not my designs. I don't have them here with me because it was in the 2000, I believe. So something similar that I found online, and that sells very well in hardware stores. And later on, I did start working on my own jewelry designs. And for example, I hope you don't find this creepy, but I started encapsulating ashes of people, or because that's something that the people started to ask me for, right? I started with something when my dad died. I needed to have something with me, and I encapsulated some of his ashes for each member of my family. And I don't know if you can see, but this is him. Can you see it?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. And this is my grandma. I'm sorry. And this is one of the designs that I actually designed and made in silver. I love silver. So that's one of the things that I did when I was in university. And when I came to United States, then I broke into the Mexican market for a US company when I was working in Massachusetts. So they were helping students come and study here in the United States for high school and university. And usually these students came from Asia, from China, Korea, and Vietnam mostly. But they want to diversify and bring more students from other countries or places. And I was bringing students from Mexico, and we actually ran the first summer program in Harvard, which was something amazing for me, bringing students from Mexico to study a summer program in Harvard, to live that dream, like that dream that is achievable, that idea that you can achieve your dreams. And I keep collaborating with my alma mater in the University of Guadalajara. For example, I take speakers to the Feria Internacional de Idiomas, International Language Fair, to talk about the experience and also opening perspective to other people over there. So that's kind of what I can talk about my entrepreneurial experience. Anything? Anyone wants to talk about any other thing about that?
I looked through the chat, and Henry says that one area that he likes about finding solutions to world or community issues is social entrepreneurship. And he gives some examples of social entrepreneurship. They include the microfinance institutions, educational programs, providing banking services in underserved areas, and helping children orphaned by epidemic disease. I hope I pronounced the word right. I'm so sorry. I'm not from this country, okay?
Wow, that's amazing. Who said that?
That's Henry. It's in the chat.
Oh my God, thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah. No, thank you so much for holding this forum. I think entrepreneurship is dear to my soul too, because really as immigrants, a lot of the time we don't have the resources and to do the things that we wish to do in terms of employment. So I see a lot of people inventing and reinventing themselves and actually using their talents to create and to develop and to launch small businesses, and that always makes me very happy. I just put the social entrepreneurship in there because it's not a new area. But there are many solutions that actually are being found by people who invest in social components of entrepreneurship. And that has been fantastic, just having some farmers in other parts of the world that are trying to make it, and with very little money that they receive from funding sources, they're actually able to lift themselves out of poverty. So just kind of keeping that in mind. And thank you, Itzel. I just wanted to.
And Henry, introduce yourself, please, now that you're here.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I always forget. My name is Henry Amaya, and I am serving as the Director for Multicultural Services at Bellevue College. I do have a business degree. Marketing is one of my areas that I really enjoy. But believe me, entrepreneurship is just something that I'm always fascinated by, because I believe people do have great talents. And if you develop your talents and can invest on yourself and invest on others, that is fantastic. So thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Henry.
Mhm.
Yes. So if you have any ideas, we can guide you and see make that dream come true. So you have the resources in Bellevue College that could help you and find a way. Thank you.
And Paula, in continuation of Henry's topic, Paula says that she opened her own business last year, which is about training and research. And it is a part of social entrepreneurship, right? It's the area of education people.
Tell us a little bit about it, Paula.
My website is almost done. It's education is my word. I'm finishing a book right now and I apply for a grant. It's about PIW, Professional Immigrants Women. It's a book that probably I will be sending to Amazon.com to publish. So that's why I apply for a grant. Education is my word, PMP. It's a new thing that I start thinking with my group of students from the doctoral program, and we decide to work together as a team, and we are moving forward. So we are 3 people, and I'm the director of the company. I check clients and I check the big picture, and I tell who is going to do what. So we are busy. Everybody, my coworkers, they are faculty. So we get every week 2 hours coming through the research, trainings, and things for K-12, higher education, and I work in community college. So we work Saturdays and Sundays promoting things for universities. Wow. And our book is coming up in February, and I let you know.
For sure. Thank you for sharing. And I think that's part of what I was talking in the beginning. One, expand your network. And right now, this is part of what we're doing. I didn't know that you did that, Paula. I didn't know that about Henry. I didn't know about so many other projects. And we can support each other and help each other.
Yeah, definitely. And actually, 20 sample of my research, they were students from Bellevue College that graduated, and they are in business careers. So I interviewed 20 of them, collected data over the summer, and now I'm publishing in February next year. I pray God. But it's a very beautiful story translating from their countries, coming to Bellevue College, pursuing their education, and going through a workforce, being a manager. So I describe each one of those, the success and struggles from each one of them. It's a very nice thing. Sad, powerful, and pretty.
Okay.
Thank you.
Look forward to that. Thank you, Paula.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing, everyone. Thank you. Well, I think so we're talking about entrepreneurship here, and entrepreneurship is mostly, it's about creating your own solutions for the world's problem. And unfortunately, there are too many problems in our today's world. So one of them, which is spreading, unfortunately, right now among not only American residents, but among all people around the world, is racism. And I wanted to address some parts of this. Me and Ithzy, we're both blended. We wanted to talk about your own experience, Ithzy. If you had any difficulties related to your ethnicity, maybe there was something that people tried to stop you, and or something happened that tried to stop you, and we just want to know how did you overcome it, and what advices do you have for people who get oppressed every day, and how could they deal with that? How could they overcome it too?
Thank you so much, Dima. And this is also when I want to open the microphone for everyone. I think that we all, and Nada said something like, "What if your business is not going well, you always learn something new." So let me change my screen. So opportunities and challenges. Yeah, I think that as a woman of color, so not only a person of color in a different country with a different accent, a thick accent, but also as a woman. So you encounter these problems in your gender. So for example, when I was studying my bachelor's degree in industrial design, I remember a teacher telling me that I didn't belong there. And I was in Mexico, right? I didn't belong there because I was a woman studying a career for men. And I graduated as the second in my class. But I think that these things, so when you encounter these things, they hurt. People do not know that words, you keep them and they leave a scar, but then you can twist them in your own way, make it positive and make you stronger. And we have something in Spanish that we say, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? And it thickens your skin. So just find the positive and find the value in your uniqueness and your differences. So anyone wants to share anything regarding difficulties, overcoming those difficulties? Sometimes, like as women, like we are the only women sitting in the table with men in a world made of men. But hopefully that will keep changing, and us working together and talking can help. Anybody else wants to share?
I see Henry's hand is up, so I think Henry, you can.
I was waiting for Henry.
No, you guys are having a very great discussion. Dimitri, thank you so much for bringing that about racism, because racism actually permeates all levels of society. Not only that, sexism on top of that, what our colleague just referred to Ithzel, there is sexism. Sometimes on the board of directors is 20 men and there is only one woman. So that speaks of that sexism going on. But what you pointed out, the racism is at the core of many disparities that exist in society. And historically, Black people were denied loans in this country until recently. That's still happening. Business loans are denied more to Black, African American, and Latino entrepreneurs than other ethnicities. And so we need to be cognizant of those social and economic issues. So I'm so glad that you actually brought the topic forward. I put in the chat a couple resources, and one of them is the Small Business Administration. And remember, the Small Business Administration is actually an entity that is federal, and they also operate locally, but they have a lot of support for entrepreneurs, for people who want to start their own business, and they also have loans that they provide to businesses that I think are viable. So I just put that as a resource, but I think that you brought a great point. I want to commend you for that, because that really affects people of color. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. Thank you for putting up these links, Henry. Yeah, it's a great issue, unfortunately, even though, as I personally think that we're in pretty modern age right now, we still have to face such stupid people's behavior. And I really have a big hopes in our generation that we will fix the problem finally, because we need to stop it.
And also scholarships, right? So when we're talking about money and it affects people, it's affecting in all ways. It's affecting in the social, in the economical, in the health environment. They don't have access to all of these, but so that's a good resource that Henry just shared. Looking for scholarships. Unfortunately, sometimes not even DACA students or students that are undocumented do not have access to this because of their own status or federal or state financial aid. So we need to continue doing some work there. Anybody else wants to add anything?
Yeah. Yeah, so we have another hand raised. It's Joan Esparza. If you can unmute your mic and share.
Juan, welcome.
Thank you so much for hosting this, everybody. And yeah, it's a wonderful discussion. I just wanted to briefly mention that sometimes the obstacles also come from within ourselves. I've struggled with imposter syndrome. Just thinking that, am I really, they're going to discover that I'm really not this smart, or that I'm not good enough, or, that because I'm, kind of the same way you had mentioned, Ithzel, at a different level, obviously, but because of my race, a lot of times, they didn't expect that I was going to go to college, or they didn't expect that I was going to, get a master's or work on my doctorate, or, start teaching. And then, I had to learn to code switch a lot and try to adapt to society, and to, do the expectations of the dominant culture. I always feel like I'm coming in as an outsider, and they, if you ask people to draw an American, they're probably never going to draw me. They're probably going to draw a blonde hair, blue-eyed person. And yet I am an American, yet I always feel like an outsider. I always feel like, oh, well, where are you from? People always ask me, where are you from? And when I say, oh, I'm from Bellevue, they're like, no, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Texas. And then they're like, oh, no, but where are you from? Are you Middle Eastern? Are you Indian? Are you, Latino? Are you from El Salvador? Are you Mexican? What are you? And so I always feel, I always end up having to explain all that. My first year teaching at Bellevue College, I walked in to go give a presentation from my department, from the Center of High School Programs. And one of the deans at Bellevue College, when I walked in, older white man looks at me and says, oh, are you here to move the tables? And I said, excuse me. And so his assumption was that I was maintenance or facilities. I'm the advisor to the El Centro Latino. And again, Ithzel does a wonderful job as the advisor for the Latin American Culture Club. Thank you, Ithzel, for doing that. And as the advisor, a couple years ago, pre-COVID, we had an event in the cafeteria. And when I walked in, a white gentleman asked me, oh, are you here for catering? Are you from catering? And I said, no. And then he goes, oh, do you work for, in the cafeteria with the food? And so, yeah, I had to explain to him, no, I'm the advisor to the club putting on this meeting, this event. And so he apologized and everything. But yes, constantly within my own mind, or sometimes with microaggressions, they're going to think that, no, you can't. Instead of like me walking in thinking, oh, I can start, a restaurant, they're going to think, oh, you want to wash the dishes at the restaurant. And so we have to break those stereotypes. We have to break those bias and that hate and that ignorance. But again, we have to be really strong within ourselves and be confident with who we are, be comfortable in our own skin color, our own culture, our own ethnicity, and move forward. And again, this is wonderful that we have a platform like this to address those things. So yeah, I appreciate you. And yeah, that's my little contribution to your topic.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Juan.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you for bringing this topic, because this actually takes us, so there's only two more things to talk about. So when this happens, I don't know if you were going to introduce the next one, Dima.
We can stay on this topic if you want to share something.
No, it's okay. Because with the words of Juan, I would like to go to the next topic. So when this happens, what makes you keep you going, right? How do you motivate yourself? How can you motivate yourself? Or what do you do to keep yourself motivated? So a question is, which one are you? Like, how do you see this glass? Or these glasses? Do you see it full, half full, or do you see it half empty? How do you see it, Dima?
No, you know me. For me, it's always half full.
I think I hear nada. Do you see it half full or half empty?
I say half full.
That's good. That's good. So what do you do to keep yourself motivated? So Dima was asking me, So sometimes it's hard. Again, sometimes as Juan was saying, like you are actually like wondering if what your surroundings are telling you is true or not. Sometimes you are wondering, doubting about yourself and fighting about your own fears. Well, I find strength in my family, in my friends. In Mexico, yeah, you don't have a lot of psychologists over there because you're always talking to your family and your friends, and you take it out. You don't keep it for yourself. In the States here, I see that there is psychologists because you kind of keep it for yourself. You don't want anyone to know that you're struggling at some point. But we just talk to our friends. I like to exercise. I like to read, to join, to try to learn, to have a hobby. I love listening to music, and I wanted to share a little part with you if we have time, but I'm gonna wait that for later. And of course, join a club. Join a club, and that will keep you motivated. Entrepreneurship and professional development, personal development keeps me motivated. Latin American Culture Club, El Centro Latino, all these wonderful clubs, they keep me going. You guys keep me going. So I want to ask you, what keeps you going? What keeps you motivated?
I think, can we start with Kay? Her hand was raised up for a long time, so let's start with Kay.
Okay.
Hi. Are you were asking like what keeps me motivated?
Yeah, if something didn't go well, if someone hurt you, if something hurt you, what do you do to stand up again?
For me, I think I realize that people always pass by in my life, that things always pass by regardless of whether I want to or not. And if I keep holding on to those experiences or I keep holding on to the mistakes I've made, things will keep passing by me whether I'm holding on to them or not. So I've just gotten to think that, say I've had a really bad experience, I vent it out and then I'll think about it in a way that each event that ever happens to me is a opportunity for me to grow as a person. So I always try to think of what I can take from this and what I can do better on my part, because that's the only thing I can do. I can't control anybody else but myself. So I focus on myself and on what I can do for my future, and I just continue on with life from there. And so I just motivate myself with putting goals and things I want to do, and focusing on being a better person. And in a way, it is kind of a motivation.
Of course. Thank you so much. Just
Thank you for sharing.
keep the good things and take the bad things to the trash.
Yes.
And what about if that involves money? What if you are entrepreneur and you lost that business didn't go well? What will you do? That's an open question again. So, for example, if I invested in something, obviously I try not to hurt the income of my family. But for example, I really like this quote from Nelson Mandela. You never lose, because that was something that took you to the next step. You either win or you learn. So that's something that I want to share with you that Nelson Mandela said. And for example, this is a picture of myself, but this picture was made by a student. And that represents so much to me. Her love that she put and her effort in sending this to me. So students are always lifting me up. Anyone else want to say something here?
I can share if nobody. I can start. I mean, at least. For me, like the past year was really changing for me, and by changing, I mean mind changing. Bad things. I feel like bad things do not stick to me anymore. But I used to be a very self-conscious guy. I was very shy. Like I would never go ahead and speak with someone. That's how shy I was.
Wow.
In school. Yeah. No, but yeah, not a lot of people know about that. That's because I was in Russia at that time. But like I changed perspective, and for me, I look on a long-term perspective. I see myself in 20 years. I see myself in 30 years, and that's why if something bad happens to me today, I still see myself in 30 years, and like I don't stick to the bad experience. I know my goal. I know how I will be in 30 years. So that's something that helps me, like my vision of myself in the future helps me go forward. And also me and Key were discussing it I think yesterday. I really like one of my favorite quotes. One of my favorite, like I want to make it a motto of my life if I can. I hopefully can. That's a saying by Robert Kiyosaki. He said, "A statement closes your mind, and the question opens your mind." So instead of when somebody gives you like, when somebody lets you down, and for example you failed your investment, and they start saying, "Oh, you can't do that. You're a loser," and you when you say, "I can't do that," yeah, I'm a loser. I can't. That's a statement. There is no thinking process after that. But you can trick your brain by just asking yourself a question: how can I do that? And when you ask yourself this question, you can suddenly see how solutions come to you. You're like, oh, I need to take this course. So yeah, that was a risky investment. I had to go the other route. So when you ask your questions, you open your mind to the opportunities around you, and you start the thinking process of actually realizing your solution. So that's also something that helps me out.
Thank you, thank you. And remember these great entrepreneurs, they didn't make it the first time. See Bill Gates and see what is this other guy? They all started small and nobody believed in them, right? But as long as you believe in yourself, you can do it. Okay?
Yeah.
And the last topic, I know that we just have like 4 minutes, and I'm not the expert, and I know that it's kind of different topic, but about universities, right? I think that students show some interest in tips. If you could give us any tips on how to write an application, what focus on besides grades. So that's why I wanted to invite Paula. So this is just an introduction, but Paula will be one of our guests. I don't know if she will have time next Friday or the next one to really go more in deep with applications for universities.
Definitely, I have time next week. Definitely, I can help.
so I already volunteer you for next week, okay?
Okay, come prepared to tell me where do you want to go. 3 examples. If we is in state and out of state, and you guys are going to bring me the research. Top universities, which one? So, and we are going to talk about that. Homework to do, okay?
Homework to do. That's good. That's good. And please, Paula, help me here. So something that I have, and again, I'm not the expert here. I haven't even gone to university here, but what I have seen and talking by other academic advisors and students, number one, I can say, get to know more about the institution, the mission, the values. For me, it's important if I'm gonna study or work in a place to really believe in what they believe.
Exactly. Exactly. Students need to research the mission and core values, because when you do your academic, your personal statement, you need to agree or disagree, and they want to hear why did you choose that university. It's important for you to check the website. They count with this. And other things as well that we can talk about. And when you do a personal statement, you go straight to what they are looking from you. They want to see if you have the qualities as a community member, what they are looking for. If you go to a prestigious university, like here we have University of Washington Foster School of Business, you know that the GPA is pretty high. It's a very prestigious university. You need to do a lot of homework, including in your personal statement, what they want you to say. So it's like a selling for success. You need to learn how to sell yourself.
Exactly. So that's part of it, right? You need to learn how to sell yourself. So you will
skills.
So you will tell us some tips or on also, that's the last point I put in here, but since you mentioned value and be yourself, because you will need to present a personal statement. And I think that Paula will tell us more about how to work on this personal statement, right?
Definitely. And I bring tips for success, okay?
Can I say something? If I can, I need to leave the meeting, but I just put something on the chat. We are hosting a Transfer Foundation meeting on the 18th, and it's gonna be specifically for those folks who are wanting to transfer to a university. So we're gonna be hosting that, and I put that in the chat, and I hope that those folks who are thinking of transfer can attend that. I will send that information to you itself so that you can share it as well.
Yes, please. And in anything else that you want to share with us before you leave? Any announcements? Anything?
Well, as of right now, it makes me happy that you guys are here together on a Friday. You know, it's Friday afternoon. We are trying to get the week over and start our weekend. I think that best thing that we can do is really keep ourselves together and keep ourselves strong. And the strength comes from all of us actually working together and being able to, find the solutions to issues. So that's my message for right now. And now I have to go to my other meeting.
Thank you so much for being here, Henry.
Thank
Have
you
a
so
wonderful
much.
day.
Yes, thank you, guys.
Thank
Paula,
you.
Paula, can you
Also-
stay there a couple of minutes?
Yes,
Okay.
Can I just quickly mention something before we continue? We can stay for maybe 5 more minutes if anyone is available. But I just wanted to quickly mention, we would love to have Paula with us, but we actually have next Friday. We're busy next Friday because we have an event coming up, which will be Kay's event, where she'll be talking about her experience in business, about her own experience about starting a business, about that. I think Kay could tell us more about it at the end of the meeting. And Paula, I will. I think we'll just contact you after the event, and we'll schedule, because we would love to have you as a special guest in our next Ice Coffee Hour.
Definitely. I'll be available next week, the other week. Always I will be available, okay?
Thank you so much.
Have a great weekend.
Apologies to Kay. I'm sorry. So next week it's gonna be Kay, and she's gonna be talking about her own experiences. So awesome. So come and join. Okay, just a couple of more points about the application. So read and follow the instructions. Please read instructions. Some things that we don't do very well is reading instructions, because everything is set there. It tells you how many words you're gonna need for your essay, etc. Review your documents several times. Make sure that you're having everything in place. Have an academic advisor. Have somebody else look at your documents. Work on your grades since like right now. But it's not just about grades. And that's something that Paula shared with me. What you're doing right now, like joining a club or being part of a club at some way, that gives you leadership. That shows a type of student you are and how committed you are with the community. So one part is come and join affinity groups, volunteer work, inside or outside BC. And as Paula was mentioning, we need you're gonna need a personal statement. You need to write that very well, because they do read it. And the way you can do this very well is value yourself, be yourself, so you can sell yourself in a good way, right? And that's everything I have for you right now. I just want to thank you for your time. And if anyone wants to add anything else, welcome. So again, thank you for your time and for this space.
Thank you so much, Ithzy, for being with us today. Thank you for sharing all your experience. It was a wonderful event, wonderful discussion. I really enjoyed that. And I think we can devote, if everyone is available. We're past the time of our meeting, but if anyone has any questions, Ithzy, if you have some like maybe 5 more minutes, if anyone has questions or we want to discuss anything, just go ahead, please unmute yourself or put it into the chat. We would love to spend some more time with you guys.
I see that Ramon is joining us. How are you, Ramon? And Eric, how are you, Eric? Juan, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for sharing your experiences. Loving the conversations. Okay. Oh, Paula already left.
Yeah. So Yeah, sure, guys. If you have any questions, maybe you have a question about the event next week, then Kay can answer this question for you.
Oh,
Kay,
yeah. So
maybe you can unmute yourself and tell us more about the event coming up next week, please.
Oh, so for the event coming up next week, it's just more with the idea I had on opening my own small business and what I have to do to get there. And not that I actually started or anything, it's just like the idea and the plan. So, actually, I do have a question for you. What would you say what was the most inspiring thing during your professional journey? Because I saw your map, you bounced everywhere. So what inspired you the most to do all that?
oh my God, that's a hard question. What inspired me the most? Again, I think that working with the students and the opportunities that I didn't have, and I want other students to have those opportunities. So I want to kind of open doors if I can, wherever I can, to have others opportunities that probably I didn't have. And I don't know, this sounds cheesy, but I think that one by one we can change the world in a positive way and do a positive change and positive perspectives. I had a great teacher when I was in Sheldon High School, and I couldn't really speak English, and he did wonderfully. He recorded the next class before the class, so I can learn chemistry. And his love for that, I think that transmitted me some love. I don't know. I don't know if that helps.
It's not cheesy, okay? It's not cheesy. We'll make the world a better place. But that is really kind of your teacher to do that. Not a lot of teachers are willing to put in that effort. For what I know, I was just thrown into ESL and they're like, learn.
And again, making the negative things positive, because that makes your skin harder. So just select what you take into your heart and into your mind. Thank you for your question. Anyone else wanted to share anything? Okay, so you're gonna be talking about that next week, 3 to 4, right? In the same channel. You can use the same link to join.
Same channel.
Guys, everything same. The link is in our Instagram bio. Also, we had our QR code that Ithzy had on her PowerPoint. So if you want to, you can just scan the QR code. It will link you out to our link tree, and you'll find all the links to our social medias. You'll find the link to our YouTube, link to our Instagram, and of course, link to our meetings as well.
Mm-hmm. And lastly, because I know that it's 4:07 already, Eric, you didn't have the chance to introduce yourself. Do you want to introduce yourself or not? It's up to you. I don't know if you have, yeah.
Sorry, I just been balancing work and school, so literally like I have my laptop with the tabs open, and that's why I'm not using the camera right now. But I mean, I've been okay. I just been here listening, supporting you guys. Everything's going so far so good.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. Still haven't been at work since Microsoft closed. No news, like nobody knows when we're coming back. So we're literally just staying put until then.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for being here. Let us know if we can support you in any way. It's always great talking to you.
I know. I miss everybody though. It feels like it's been years since I've been to student programs.
You want to go back? Do you miss campus?
I miss leaving the house because all we have is work meetings and online classes.
Are you taking classes now?
Yeah, I'm just doing English. That's all I need for this year, and then I gotta retake some other classes.
What are you studying, Eric?
Social psychology is my major.
Social psychology, great. It's great to have a psychology here. We need it.
Yeah, it's just at these times it's very needy.
Thank you. Well, take care. Yeah. Okay, everyone. Well, I'll let Dima dismiss, I don't know, the meeting. Thank you so much for the time and the space again.
Yeah, Thank you, Ithzy, so much for agreeing to be here. You're kind of our, if I can call you, I'm trying to remember someone who was like great adventurer who discovered something, but I'm too stupid. I don't know geographics or history about that. So
You're not stupid. Don't say that.
you
know so many quotes. I don't even know where you remember all of them.
You're like our first star in the sky. We can say it like that. You are our first special guest in our iced coffee hour. We really appreciate you. You are our advisor for our club, so thank you so much for sticking up with us. I was very happy when you agreed to become an advisor, and I was even more happier when you agreed to become our first guest. So thank you so much for being here, and thank you everyone for joining us today. We're gonna have many more guests coming. We have huge plans for winter quarter, so please make sure to subscribe to our social media. I'll just search EPDC in the Instagram page, or yeah, if I can actually put our username into the chat. So it's in the chat. It's EPDC_BC. That's our Instagram. So all the updates will be there. We're also planning to start and expand our social media influence. Maybe we're gonna start LinkedIn. Maybe we're gonna start something else. There are many ideas in development right now. We're so excited to be here as a club, and we're very thankful for you for joining us. So just also one more thing to say. I'm probably annoying, but I'm so sorry. I just cannot not say that. So we have our officer positions open currently, and we're in desperate need of a social media manager. So if anyone here got inspired by our event and want to contribute more to our club, so please, you can just email me or email Ithzy or email any one of our officers and just let us know. We'll tell you how to apply for a position. We have the social media. I also put my email into the chat so you can email me. We have a social media manager position open right now, and we have an event planner position open right now, or a project manager. So if you're interested, please let us know and subscribe to our social media. And thank you so much for coming.